News Network, and today is Monday, December 30th. Right? Yeah, that's right. Losing track a little bit. I have a few iPads. We'll see how this one works out tonight. Welcome. How are you holding up? That's what I want to know. How are you holding up? All right? Doing okay? The gang's not all here, but hopefully they'll be showing up soon. Thanks for being here. As we wind down, I haven't yet done my predictions for the new year. Oh, the first person in the chat is another Annette. I'm always fine. Michael's like, how am I holding up? I'm always fine. I have a baseline always fine going on. Always. And as a continuum. So, all is well, right? As I had mentioned before, I'm not watching a lot of news in depth, just the headlines, and the headline that probably, we all have on our minds is Jimmy Carter passed away. God rest his soul. I'm going to move my fireplace over so you can see it. Hang on. Let's bring this over. We're being festive to add to the ambiance. We love Jimmy Carter. Let me tell you something about when people pass. And he had a long and full life. When people cross over to the other side, they're able to work with us in a more magnanimous way, in a more like omnipresent way. When people cross over, thank you, Barbara. I've been working on my decorations a bit. I hate to take them down, so I'm going to wait as long as I can. When souls cross over, and I've seen this happen with people that were, this is really true, that were not famous, and somebody really close to them passed away, unfortunately, and then all of a sudden they had all this, the person had all this success. So that's what I want to express to you. I won't be mentioning names here, but I know of people who were doing okay, and then a loved one, a friend, somebody close to them passed away, and all of a sudden that person whose friend or whomever passed away just had all this success in their lives. And I really do think that that's the influence that's more expansive from the spirit world than anybody could be on the physical plane. We're very limited in the physical plane. I mean, we have to hope, we have to create the best in our minds, but we're limited in terms of, we can't be omnipresent. So as far as Jimmy Carter goes, we're going to do a little bit of a reading. Let's ring a bell and bring in the positive energy. We're going to kind of tap into his soul, which really interestingly enough, really interestingly to me, and I did mention this on a post, yesterday's Church of Spirituality service was about being a human and kind and compassionate and generous and giving. And it was about our shared humanity. Thank you. I just came from my friend. She does my hair. It was long overdue. Thanks for noticing. So it's really remarkable this time that we're in right now. After Church of Spirituality yesterday, when I was going on and on about being generous and having humanity and a sense of kindness and caring and compassion, a few hours later, Jimmy Carter passed away. And I was really intrigued when I read Heather Cox Richardson's newsletter today, Letters from an American, and she really does a great job of filling us in on the history of the United States and certain people. I knew that Jimmy Carter was a really brilliant man, besides being so kind and so generous. It's Church of Spirituality from yesterday is what I was referencing. And Jimmy Carter, I am certain, while he was alive, in his later years especially, was tracking everything that was going on with our national security and on the world stage very, very, very closely. And I feel like he knew everything that Trump was up to, even in his old age, he knew. I don't think Jimmy Carter missed a trick. I really don't. And so from the other side, I just want to kind of tap in. I know when souls cross over, my sense is that it takes time to adjust. But when the people are that old, I don't feel like it takes that much time, because my sense about people when they just cross over is that if they're that old, they've been kind of going back and forth anyway. And, you know, I've shared with you, my dad is 90 and he's in his final days, and they kind of go in and out where they're talking about people who have passed away, and, you know, you think they're hallucinating, but what they're saying makes sense. If you think about they're talking to the other side, it all kind of makes sense. Thank you, Gigi, for becoming a member. Your father saw spirits, right? So this really happens all the time. The veil is very thin by then. So, yeah, and Jimmy Carter said we're an oligarchy now. We are, in many ways, we are an oligarchy, but he had his finger on the pulse at all times. So, since I feel that he is accessible, and I definitely feel like Rosalind was right there, saying, come on, I'm here with my arms wide open, ready to give you a big hug. I'm going to actually pull a fairy card. Yeah, he was the first president to be born in a hospital. Subscribe to Heather Cox Richardson if you haven't already. And while you're on Substack, subscribe to mine too, Annette Dion. I started writing a new article today. I did write an article. I could show you. Let me show you the article that I wrote over the weekend. Oh, by the way, Cosmic Owl has a new vid out. Make sure you check that one out. Kathy Beal, our resident astrologer, and Louise Addington and Andrew. I don't know why that guy's name always escapes me. They have a brand new vid and it's quite good. So let's see. This is my latest Substack. Just speaking of Heather Cox Richardson's Substacks, while I'm on the topic. This is my new one, Our Collective Trauma of Being Ignored. Do we need to get louder? Okay? I feel like Jimmy can fight for us on the other side too. Please subscribe to my Substack, and if you can afford to, please be a paid subscriber. I really can use all the financial help that I can get. Okay. For all my work this year. I'm going to pull a Fae card. I might have to grab my glasses. Okay, hang on one second. I can't see. These have very little writing. And I have the Wild God. Wow, this is a really good one. I haven't seen this Fae card. If you want to know what I'm using, it's a Forest Fae. Yeah, thanks for your compliments on my lights. I hate to take them down. The Wild God. Go to the woods, to moss, M-O-S-S, it's like, you know, to the ground, to mud to magic. So what this Fae card is encouraging us to do is go into the deep, go within, go to the mud, to the moss, to the magic, which is really about go to what substance we have and create something out of it. And we talk about leave the lights up. I might leave the lights up, not the tree, but the lights. We talk about extensively here. Extensively. We talk about that all thought is creative. So, and on our Thursday night show, well, we have a Grassroots of Democracy meeting here every Thursday, a 30-minute meeting. And there's a whole list of things that we're intending all together, like a big amalgam of what we're intending for the United States. Now, I want to say that as far as news reporting goes, and this is, mainstream media, I'm checked out of it, but I do catch bits and pieces at the nursing home because the TV's on. And I am astounded at what people that watch mainstream media news are taking in. I'm astounded. So what I'm hearing is, and this is just tonight, just earlier when I was there, the news was on the local Boston news. And what I saw was they were interviewing immigrants that are terrified at what's going to happen to them and their families. And it's just like this, this is the America we're going to be in. So so mainstream media, my point is normalizing all of this. None of this is normal. None of it. And just so you all know, I'm not worried about losing our democracy. I'm working very hard at keeping our democracy, and I know a lot of other people are, and I am not afraid. Be not afraid. Yeah, it's not news. It's definitely mainstream media. Let's just be clear. Mainstream media has gone the way of Russian TV. Okay? I just subscribed to a British channel, I believe. So I'm going to start subscribing to World News. Yeah, and people are saying they don't watch the news. Some people do, and we hope that they get the memo. Okay. Let's read on Jimmy Carter. I feel like it's okay to do that. Thank you for being here. Please hit the thumbs up when we hit 200 people present. We will do a group hug. This is the last PNN of 2024. Let's raise a glass. I have a glass of fake beer here. Athletic Brew if you're interested in fake beer. It's refreshing. The last PNN of 2024. Let's have a party. I'm taking donations. I'm taking end of year donations. If I've helped you this year, Damon is in the house. Good. He's at the party. Be aware of Sky News that's owned by Murdoch too. I'm not really familiar with Sky News. Not to be confused with Blue Sky. Happy New Year's Eve, for sure. 1 week ago we were celebrating Christmas Eve. It happens all too quickly. It seems like a lifetime ago. So what we're going to do is, and happy Hanukkah. I know people are asking where Warren is. It is Hanukkah. I think it was a few days ago it started. He might be busy. I want a tip instead of super chat. I mean, it's all the same. Yeah, it's all the same. I just want to put it out there. I haven't just let me take a moment. I've had 0 people book readings. And so I'm like, I love you guys. Don't you want to get a reading? It's the end of the year. It's a little disconcerting, I must say. But anyway, let's read on Jimmy Carter. Consider getting a reading. Sky is British, but the covert white can't speak. Yeah. Pay attention to your sources for what you think is news. Jimmy Carter. I'm going to choose 3 cards about this. How will Jimmy Carter's passing affect us? Let me just tell you too. There are a lot of people like Jimmy Carter. Did I see MTG Rant that Hanukkah started on the same day as Christmas, and how dare they? Let's get the stupidity out of our government. We're past 200 people. We'll put that into the group hug. It started the night of Christmas. Lovely. Oh, is Warren in the chat now? Do you remember when a kind of a new, like not a holiday, but you know how there's International Women's Day and that sort of thing, like National Grandparents' Day, that kind of thing. So this past Easter, International Trans Recognition Day or something like that fell on Easter. And then they got all bent out of shape, and the MAGAs in Congress got all bent out of shape that the trans people were trying to steal Easter, and Joe Biden was okay with that. And Joe Biden simply put out a message, have a happy day and happy trans day or whatever, you know. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, to say something so embarrassingly stupid, here we go with the stupid again, utterly disgusting, slime bag type stuff. We need to get the I can't even think of enough descriptive words. We need to get them out. We need to get them out. You can't fix stupid. We're not trying to fix stupid. That's not our objective, is to fix stupid. Our objective is to get stupid out. I hope that I'm being clear about that. 3 cards. Does anyone ever try to fix people that are stupid? I don't think so, because that would be stupid. I'm just saying. That duct tape will silence him. How Jimmy Carter's passing will affect America. What a missed opportunity. Here's what I'm going to tell you about that. It's a missed opportunity for a reboot. And let me tell you something about that. I won't even watch any news at all that has anything to do with Jimmy Carter, because I feel like I don't want to, because I want to remember him for what I know about him, and any of the, you know, the history of his life and all that, you know, that's all been documented. I want to know that. No, trying to fix stupid is like yelling at a dead person, kind of, right? So I won't watch any people discussing Jimmy Carter's life on any kind of news, because I think it would be a disservice. And it's to the point now that when somebody passes away, this even happened with the Queen, right? When the Queen passed away, it's like, let's honor the dead. Right, let's just honor the dead. Let's celebrate what was good. And people were bashing Queen Elizabeth, like as if she did something to them personally. Not interested. So Jimmy Carter also is making us aware that we've missed the opportunity to keep America a beautiful, beautiful, humanitarian, kind, compassionate, caring, generous nation. Yeah, he was a good person. Yes, the flag will be at half-staff the entire month of January. I was glad to hear that. President Biden gave a nice short speech about Carter. They had a long history together, right? But the sort of truth is here too. So the question is, how will Jimmy Carter's passing at the age of 100, he made it, how will it affect this nation? We'll see what we're missing. We'll see what we're missing in our country. We're missing compassion. Thank you for leaving me a tip. I appreciate it. And the sword of truth is it is going to kind of bring us back. And the Six of Swords, I keep getting the Six of Swords. Yes. What a contrast to Trump. Exactly, Glenna. That was very synced up what you just put there. Hey, Amanda. Amanda, I mean to get the artist name you were putting up there, the musician, the singer. If you can send it to me on Facebook, my message. This is about Carter. We're seeing where we're missing. The sword of truth is very, very present, where we a lot of us get real about what kind of country we want to see. Yeah, we need to get drama queens out of politics, exactly. And the stupid, just to go back to that topic, is willful. Oh, Trump lost his appeal and he has to pay E. Jean Carroll. Great! Glad to hear it. Thanks for that. Yeah, please all pray. Don't let 45 near President Carter's funeral. Totally, 100%. We'll read on that. And the Six of Swords keeps coming up. January 6th has not gone away. Keith Olbermann, countdown from earlier about his friend Jimmy Carter, good and funny. Yeah, I kind of avoided that because sometimes Keith Olbermann gets a little harsh, and so I'm glad to know that it's good. We are at 248 people present, and when we're at 150 thumbs up, we're going to do a group hug. We can go beyond that in the thumbs up, but let's do that. Is it 5 million or 85 million? It's 85 million that Trump has to pay E. Jean Carroll. You heard that the Carter family has stated they do not want the felon in attendance. Good. Because my first thought, oh my gosh, my first thought when they started to talk about memorial services and all that was, I don't want Trump to be there. He has no right to be there. Going back to the E. Jean Carroll appeal, somebody's saying yes, just the 5 million, but are you saying, what about the rest? What about the 85 million? Alina Habba was out there. Remember? The year in review. Alina Habba was out there going, just like thinking she's this great lawyer, and then Trump gets an additional 85 million on top of the 5 million that he has to pay to E. Jean Carroll. They were separate cases, so that was just about that first one. Got it. Got it. Okay. So that's... Okay, so we're still waiting on that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the news. Appreciate it. Okay. Thomas isn't here tonight. Oh, we don't have any dad jokes. Let's choose 3 cards. I'm going to use this little deck. I'm glad you're all here tonight. We do need to do a group hug when 5 more people hit the thumbs up. It would sully a sacred affair that Trump has no business whatsoever. And you know what? John McCain requested that Trump not attend his funeral. And that's what ended up happening, right? I have a sign here. Don't forget, we're going into a new year. I was going to use that for something, but it's just sitting here. Oh, speaking of this, we'll do a group hug in a sec. Speaking of this, I know I'm jumping around, but that's me. Try to keep up. Can we block Melania from coming? I'll look at that. Oh, Jimmy Carter and his family's favorite show is Keith Olbermann's Countdown. That's great. Tomorrow night, provided everything's going smoothly in my family, and I'll let you know if not, but I'm going to do what I do every New Year's Eve, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll just commit to 2 hours of being together for a little New Year's Eve gathering tomorrow night. Hang on a second. They say New York has the best New Year's celebration, but I say they dropped the ball. That's a kind of a dad joke. Tomorrow night, I do this every year. I have the past few years. We have a little New Year's Eve gathering, and 7 p.m. Eastern time, just like tonight. Just like PNN's at 7 Eastern. I pile the most impactful spiritual books that I've read in my life, and there's a whole library of them. And I read excerpts from them, and we reflect on what's there, and it's great. You can have a cocktail, you can light a fire, you can just have a nice relaxing evening at home tomorrow night. Okay? You can make stuffed shrimp. I might have my leftover seafood casserole. All right, so let's do a group hug. But Rose is a mom joke first. What do you get when you cross a snowman with a mean dog frostbite? I didn't really get that. Frostbit 3. Sorry. Don't take it personally. Group hug. The group hug is, let's do this. The group hug is for America Restored. Okay? For fat fingers frostbite. Okay. If I have to think too much while I'm doing psychic readings, it's just, I'll get on overload. Sorry. We're going to do a group hug about the restoration of America. Okay? That means Kamala Harris is president, Tim Walz is vice president, and all the plans that she has for her presidency that we heard all about. By the way, I still have my Harris-Walz signs hanging, and I did pass a house today that had the lawn sign for Harris-Walz. Put your lawn signs back out. So we're going to do a group hug for restoration of democracy. I don't care that people are saying we're in oligarchy. A restoration of our democracy. And also for all the people that are struggling with depression during the season, let's send them a lot of light and a lot of love and a lot of support. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. American democracy restored and stronger than ever this year. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in charge. And let's send lots of support and love to all the people that need to be held. And I'm going to throw in there all the people in nursing homes right now. All right. Thank you for the group hug. I'm becoming very aware of our elders as spending a lot of time visiting the nursing home. If you want to do some good work, go volunteer at a nursing home and just make the people smile. Oh, you made a delicious pan of brownies with walnuts and chocolate chips. Thank you for reminding me. I'm ready to do that. I have the ingredients myself. So don't forget, tomorrow night, we're doing a New Year's Eve gathering at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can stay as long as you like. Manicotti, that's a good idea. Maybe. Your mom's in a memory care place, so you know what I mean, Michael. Yeah, so let's definitely send good energy to all the nursing homes and hospitals. You got your champagne and popcorn ready, all right. So we'll be meeting tomorrow night. You're making me want some brownies. 3 cards. How about that? Going to a nursing home and just hanging out with the people and smiling and being nice. Jimmy wanted Kamala to be president, so he'll help her. Yeah, he will. I'm going to pick 3 cards about Joe Biden and how he's doing. I think that Biden seems pretty relaxed and confident. From what I've seen of him and sensed of him. How is he doing? He's meeting the challenges. I've been getting, wow, this, okay. You heard it here. How Joe Biden is doing. Yeah, thank the people in the nursing homes for sure. Your parents are on the other side. They're helping you. How Joe Biden is doing. Well, I got to tell you that all the challenges that are on Joe Biden's plate right now, he's meeting them. He's got the King of Swords and the King of Wands. He has the upper hand in international relations communications, and the King of Swords represents he has the upper hand on the truth. How you like them apples? Joe Biden has the upper hand on the truth and the upper hand on in communication. Joe has it together. He's not. Now the guides are saying that I'm getting this message to let you know that Joe Biden is playing dumb, but I don't want you to think that that means he's looking dumb. He's playing like he doesn't know anything about what happened on November 5th. He's making it appear like he doesn't know anything. But he does, and he's large and in charge, Joe Biden, and he's holding the sword of truth. And the wands is creativity, communication, putting together a new way. All right? It's big. It's very big. What's going on? I definitely feel like Jimmy Carter left us at this time because he can help us from the other side more. That's kind of started with talking about that I've seen that happen. And one person I saw that happen with is a very famous country music star, but I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to, be talking about people that I knew when I lived in Nashville that became mega famous. How do you donate? How do you donate to me? The information is in the description. Your mom is helping you from the other side for sure. Pippi Longstocking. I like your handle. Okay, well that looks pretty good. Oh, people are telling you how to donate. I should know more. But it's definitely in the description. You have a question, you're curious what my intuition tells me about the regular news is talking about how Kamala and Joe went home for Christmas when all of us are saying no. They stayed in D.C. Oh, really? Well, the regular news has turned into Russian TV. I'm not joking. What does Joe Biden say? No joke. No joke. No malarkey. The mainstream media is in on the ruse. We've got to tell people. It's bad and it's criminal. I predicted Jimmy's death. I didn't know it was him, but I said someone very important was going to pass away. Not sure if I remember. Sometimes I just forget. I'm just channeling. No, they didn't go home. No, the whole time. They did not take a vacation. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, our current president and vice president, did not take a holiday vacation. There's no mainstream media anymore. Well, to more accurately put, there's no truthful mainstream media anymore. A lot of readers saw Carter passing. Well, that's like the most accurate prediction you can make, right? He's 100. Yeah. Mainstream media has become Russian TV. That's a psychic joke. I'm afraid, because you wouldn't believe how many people say, I'm afraid to get a reading. I'm afraid you're going to say that I'm going to die. And I'll be like, yeah, I will. I'll let you know that. Thank you, Teresa, for your donation. Much appreciate. The South Korean airline crash was horrific. It's just, I know. I saw a little bit of footage of the people at the airport finding out that their family members are on the plane, just please pray for the people that are suffering. I said a long time ago that Biden would stay until around March. Geez, I should write these things down. Thanks for informing me of what I said. We did read on the airplane crash that the Kremlin, according to my reading, my impressions, the Kremlin was involved in that. I'm worth much more to you? Thank you. Thank you. Let's read on Kamala. Thank you for all your compliments. Oh, my head's getting big. As far as the Russian, I think we might read on that again too. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Kamala. There are 2 Air Force and 1 planes. It's a decoy. Thank you, Zircon. You love me and a big head? No, not the South Korean one. The other one. Did it crash in Kazakhstan? Am I saying that right? That had Russia involvement. Yeah. Rita here is saying that Kamala and Joe Biden were in Washington over the holiday. Yes. Okay. Kazakhstan? Yeah, the Caspian Sea. That's why can't I say that? Kamala, something's going to happen quickly, and it's going to be a huge shift. And the 4 of Wands, this is interesting. I'm reading on Kamala. Wow, lots of activity. They didn't take a holiday. Kazakhstan, I think I said it right that time. Okay. I know, like we're supposed to believe Putin, really? I know, he was just lying through his teeth. I don't care how much Botox he has, I can tell. Why are you saying there are more than 2 Air Force One planes? What are you talking about? Keep in mind, I'm barely registering any news at all. I'm going to start going to world news. Putin would not allow them to make the emergency landing, and they scrambled their communication. Let's ask this. Okay. Was it a deliberate act of war by the Kremlin? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Pretty clear to me. China hacked Treasury Department workstations and documents. Wait, I'm reading on Kamala. I'm not reading the news online. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just reading headlines. Kamala, thank you for bringing me back to my main point. Something very quickly is happening, Brian. Something's happening very quickly. Keep in mind this. Just do yourself a favor. Honestly, this is my suggestion. Keep this in mind. Please. Because all the psychics and astrologers, we're hearing it from everybody, right? Keep in mind this. I said a couple weeks ago, several times in a row. Thank you. This is my gift to myself for my birthday. What you see, it's not what you're hearing. It's like you're not getting the whole story because they're not giving us the whole story. So what you're hearing and what you're seeing is not really what's really happening. So I want to tell you about Kamala. Something is coming quickly, but it doesn't mean that we're going to know about it right away. It's just that it's happening fast. There's some fast working action. I haven't been to my P.O. box for a while. I'll go tomorrow. Sorry for the delay. And just because we don't see things happening quickly, it doesn't mean they're not. This isn't entertainment, it's real. Somebody's saying entertainment purposes only allegedly. Yeah, why would we as a country, think about it, why would we as a country destroy everything? Right? I mean, the people in power, why would we do that? So as far as Kamala goes, there is a whole lot in the works. It's like, I get this image of a stack of, remember the old-fashioned like piles on your inbox and your actual inbox? Not that I ever worked in an office, but you know, you see these pictures depicted of, I have all this work to do, when you could visually see your inbox. There's a huge amount of work being done. Yes. Yes. So bring yourself some peace by recognizing that just because you don't see anything happening, it doesn't mean it's not happening. They're not showing us. It's just like any investigation, right? How many times we're like, yeah, just tell us, just tell us, just tell us, and they're like, they're working on the investigation. They can't tell us. So everybody keep their stability in check. Don't get freaked out. Gotta believe, right? Gotta believe. That's why I tell everyone to really work on, you know, developing your psychic skills. And in the new year, I'll be teaching some classes too. It's in the works. Keep the faith. I mean, and also, we know who Joe Biden is, even though, you know, we didn't really get, I'm so angry that we didn't get Joe Biden's presidency reported on. You know, I'm so angry about that. But if you know anything about Joe Biden, I mean, growing up in America the past few decades, you knew who he was. Even if when he wasn't in a big, you know, high position, but then he was vice president. We saw enough of Joe Biden, and we've seen enough of Joe Biden, even though the mainstream media hid Joe Biden from us for 4 years. We know who he is. You believe there's a lot going on behind closed doors. Biden has said it over and over in different ways. Yeah, I agree. And other people have said it over and over in different ways. He said Kamala's not going anywhere. So knowing who Joe Biden is, he's not going to let America just, he's not going to let people take a wrecking ball to America. And that's what Project 2025 is. I heard on the show that I mentioned, that Kathy Bale is in, Cosmic Owl, go look that up, that somebody was talking about that there are 2 MAGAs now. The historians will tell the truth about Biden. Yeah, I want a big book about Biden, I do. There are 2 MAGAs now. And the first MAGA was the dumb, gullible people that are poor. The second MAGA is the oligarchs. Hey, Maria. The second MAGA is the oligarchs, right? So this is like MAGA phase 2. Joe Biden is not going to let them destroy America. Okay? He's not going to let them destroy America. If there's a patriotic person in this country in a position of leadership, I cannot think of anybody more patriotic genuinely than Joe Biden. I cannot think of anybody with a really true, and Jimmy Carter's in this category too, with this deep, fervent devotion to the United States of America and doing everything he possibly can to make this nation strong. It's Joe Biden. So everybody just cool your jets, and I'm just going to mention here, and I'll read on some more stuff, but I just want to mention here that I cannot tell you how strong the guidance is to me from my guides. Anything that upsets you, turn it off. And I feel like it's a waste of my mental energy to be thinking about things that aren't going to happen. Right? I don't put my mind on a world that I don't want to live in, right? And I'm not the only one that's absolutely revolted by just the name Trump or his image on the screen. And it's so interesting to me. I'm going to read on this. How much mainstream media is trying to shove down everyone's throat. Trump is, it's going to be Trump. Trump's going to be in charge. Trump's going to be in charge. I'm going to choose 3 cards about the mainstream media. Just drink your tea with your popcorn and just watch them fight. Yeah, right? Get involved, too. Okay. I'm going to pull out the nefarious cards. The whole family, right? I think we need the nefarious cards. Oh, we can't do that because they're upstairs. I didn't bring them down. I don't want to leave you all. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck about the mainstream media. Are they here? I don't think they're here. No. Okay. That's fine. We'll keep it light. We won't pull out the nefarious cards. I mean, it was already bad. It was already bad enough, and we were praying that Kamala, that we could see, and we will, that we could see an end to this disgusting display of slimeology. Yeah, we're so over him. And then when they were expressing that, when Walz and Harris were expressing that on the campaign trail, we were all like, oh my God, please take him away. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to see him. And they're talking about him on mainstream media. They're trying to shove it down our throats. Oh, yes, so he's going to be president, and he's in charge now. I don't think so. Mainstream media. The mainstream media is going to be conflicted by how few people want to put up with their BS. Don't put that in the past tense. I was so excited and so happy, so sure she won. She did win. No past tense there. Put it in the present. I know what you're saying, but put it in the present. Put it in the present. Mainstream media, they're suffering because smart people aren't watching them. Question, does Trump have anyone giving him readings? He's not smart enough for that kind of thing. You've gotten unbelievably fast on the mute button. Don't even watch mainstream media. This is where mainstream media is. The Two of Swords is like, oh, gee, what are we gonna do? Oh, me, oh my, what are we gonna do? He has 3 brain cells. Yeah, if that many. I actually feel like when it comes to mainstream media, they're gonna keep pushing. They're gonna keep pushing because the corporate oligarchs that want an oligarchy are just gonna keep dishing it out. And so here's where the people have a lot of power. Stop watching it. Tell everybody that you can to stop watching it. Tell everybody that you can that they're lying. Show them that Russian TV plays propaganda from Tucker Carlson and the rest of them. Yes, we do our best to say the truth, that's for sure. The King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Mainstream media is going to keep laying it on thickly. They have no creativity. I mean, this is an extension. What I'm reading about in terms of mainstream media is they're looking at the facts. The people aren't interested in general. Not enough people are interested in the BS that they're dishing out. And then they start losing their ad revenue. Because who wants to look at Trump? Honestly, he's ugly. And he's layers and layers and layers of ugliness. There's nothing redeeming about him. He's the most He's the most revolting human being we've ever borne witness to. And I'm not saying it to be mean. It's just how we all feel. Right? I don't watch Midas Touch Network anymore either. Yeah, I'm really surprised that they are going the way they're going. But I really do think about Midas Touch Network. I didn't mean to get into them. I'm not going to put them in the same box as mainstream media. I think that they're in this mode of they want to get more people on their channel and they want to grow it to the point where they can make it the media. So that's why they're trying to play both sides a little bit. So the thing that MAGA, the new MAGA, the oligarchs have in common with the mainstream media, because they're pretty connected, is that they just keep doing the dumb thing. They keep doing the thing that's not popular. They keep doing the thing like, oh, maybe if we just keep showing Trump, and like, how about this one? How about when they put out a statement, oh, and President Trump said that Jimmy Carter was a good man, or whatever the heck he said. He didn't say it, for one thing. And you can't gaslight me into believing that Trump gave a rat's ass about Jimmy Carter. Because even after Jimmy Carter's wife died, Trump was standing up there at the rallies making fun of Jimmy Carter because he was saying things like, oh, he's the luckiest guy ever. About Jimmy Carter, who had just lost his wife of 70-something years. Give me an effing break. I'm sorry, I'm getting all heated up. But what I'm reading here is a mainstream media is thick in the head, just like the new MAGAs are thick in the head, thinking that we'll go, oh, Vivek Ramaswamy? Yeah, make him Speaker of the House. Oh, Elon Musk? He's a good guy. Did I tell you the one about Elon Musk and Trump? If you want to go to eBay and buy a Christmas ornament, I'm sure they're on sale now. The Christmas ornament of Trump with Elon? Seriously. The new MAGA and mainstream media are stupid, 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 stupid ass. Stupid. I don't need to breathe. I need to say how I feel. I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell at you. Honestly. Melania is just a scammer too. Yeah, look it up on eBay. Just go to Christmas ornaments or something, because that's where I got some of my ornaments, on eBay. Oh my God. And just so you know, anybody that's here, I rant freely. Because I feel it welling up in me, and it's a collective rant. It's not just me. Damon's like, I love it when you get like this. I'll just have, I am breathing, I'm just going to have some of my fake beer. Tell you how I really feel. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a true blue Sagittarius. I cannot lie and I cannot withhold how I'm feeling. And I get really upset when people tell me to. Just so you know. I know it's all of us. We all feel this way. Does anybody here wanna look at his ugly fat self, or Elon's for that matter? And Elon and Vivek, they weren't elected into anything. Oh my God. Rage ritual. You're a Sag too, so you know what I mean, right? I mean, Sagittarians stand for truth. They stand for justice. They stand for politics in general. And Sagittarians are very frank. Very frank. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the new moon, for sure. New moon energy is very powerful. I forgot to wish you a happy new moon in Capricorn. And on that note, I want to tell you that tomorrow night's gathering, just to remind you, I'm going to pull some more cards. But just to remind you, tomorrow night is my annual, it's turned into an annual thing, New Year's Eve gathering. at 7, probably for a couple of hours, where I'm going to read you excerpts from the most impactful spiritual books. I've been on a spiritual journey my entire life. So what I'm going to do is give you some insights. Was somebody misbehaving? No. We have wrenches here. Thank you to the wrenches. Thank you all year to the wrenches for like really wonderful support. Thank you for removing him. Thank you for being trolls. So we will set intentions tomorrow night too. We'll take a little bit of time. Thank you for getting rid of the troll. We had a horrible troll at Church of Spirituality on Sunday because I had to use my phone and they pop up on my phone more than on my iPads. What would mainstream media say if Biden charged people $100,000 to go to church with him? The ultra-rich have one thing in common. They seek to get rich off the minorities no matter where they come from. That's true. That is true. Classic. I mean, that's how the monarchies worked, right? That's how even, I hate to say it, but that's how even the Catholic Church worked. All like, till Martin Luther came along, who reformed Christianity, right? YouTube only allows 24-hour removal. We don't have too much trouble with trolls at PNN because everyone's so good at slaying the trolls. But there was some really, really disgusting trolls at Church of Spirituality. I used it as a teaching opportunity of how to stand your ground for the light. Okay. I'm going to read on Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm going to read on him and Elon as two peas in a pod. You study the entire history of the Catholic Church. It's too bad because the Catholic Church has some beautiful, beautiful things, but boy, did they go astray. They corrupted it historically. You love me in this mood. It's the new moon mood. Vivek and Elon together. Whoa, boy, they have it coming to them. It's going to be a little bit. There's going to be a bit of a metaphorically speaking wrestling match with Vivek and Elon. Like, get the hell out of our government. Hello, nobody elected you. 9 of Swords. This is not a peaceful card for them. They're going to continue to duke it out and try to be in charge. They're going to continue to try to turn America into a fascist oligarchy. They're going to continue to try to turn America into Russia. That's what they're trying to do. And Elon needs to go back home to South Africa. I agree. The star is the United States. We win over this BS. We win over this BS. And it's because of the collective energy of all of us together, not only being activists, but also being activists with our minds. Okay? 2 mountain goats trying to knock each other off the mountain. Their egos are way too big. Now, before we go, I want to ask you, there was something that we were going to read on, and I don't recall what it is because there's so much to read on. Was there something that I said I'd read on that I haven't yet? Yeah, and Vivek can go back to his parents' country as well. Here they are saying they're going to deport immigrants. The laws are for thee, but not for me. Give me a break. All those slime bags are is ego, that's for sure. You don't remember the thing that I was going to read on? Okay, well, let's do this. Just so you know, well, a few things. Vivek's dad isn't a citizen. A few things. One is please join us tomorrow night and tell your friends. 7 o'clock, probably till 8 or 9. Reading from spiritual books. We'll be setting intentions. You can even get a vision board going tomorrow night. Hang out with us and do that. Okay? I'm really appreciative of anybody who feels compelled to send donations for all my work this year. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to all of those of you who have. And if you cannot, you don't have to tell me that you cannot. I'm just going to pray for your prosperity. Vivek is a delusional supremacist. Yeah. Yeah. And if you miss it tomorrow night, you can just watch it on replay. There's going to be some good stuff in there. Book a reading. I also have a special offer coming in January. I'm waiting. I'm not going to tell you what it is that I've created, but it's merch, and it's about Kamala, and I should be receiving them any day now. And in the new year, well, from this point forward, if you book a full 50-minute reading, I will send you this gift. And as soon as they arrive, I'll let you know what it is. You'll love it. Let's pick 3 cards to finish up the new year. Okay. I don't understand what you're saying, Debbie. So keep that in mind. If you book a reading from now until, starting now, as soon as the merch shows up, you will love it. I will send you one for free if you book a reading. Okay. These 3 cards are for us. We have a lot to work with. We have a lot to be grateful for. We have a lot of good things in motion. Don't forget. Use your mind power. Only think about what you want. Do not watch any news about Trump. None of it. Okay? We don't need these jerks. Well, they're here to show us to rise up and use our power. They're actually here to show us how powerful we are. We have a lot of potential power lying dormant. So we need to fight back. But the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands as our kind of community cards at the end of the reading tonight of PNN. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, that's Kamala and Tim Waltz. Hello? Hello? That's Kamala. That's Tim Waltz. Just let them do what they need to do, and let's keep working. Follow Jessica Denson. I want to go to DC. There's just too much going on in my family for me to plan that. But Jessica Denson, if you can go to DC, does anyone know what she's calling that rally? It's January 3rd through January 6th. Go to Jessica Denson's YouTube channel and make sure you put in the comments, I want to help. And it's funny because after I had people do that, she got that thing organized and she got the help that she needed. No, not January 18th, the 3rd through the 6th. I'm not talking about that one. Yeah, so check that out. Okay, I hope to see you tomorrow night. Thank you to all the people who joined us tonight. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. And I love you more than you will ever know. This channel wouldn't exist without you. And please share and please do whatever you can to help us to grow. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. Love you and Happy New Year early. Bye. Thanks for your support.